Alright, so in this video I want to show you a new way that we've been curing our prints. I want to preface with, this is a technique I actually started about a week ago, and I was going to share a video on it, but I wanted to make sure I tested it, and I used it all week last week, at least half a dozen or so prints, and it's working out well. So know that this is, there will be some skeptics out there that will say that this maybe is a dangerous approach. I didn't say dangerous, I just mean that you could affect, you'll see in just a minute. So, okay, so we've got our print. It was in our wash station. We have, you can see that in the other video, this cleans everything with the print still on the wash. In here you can see I've got a number of anatomic profile generated blocks that are just for developing, if you look, out of curiosity, they're for developing the right emergence for your custom abutments and whatnot. So, or sorry, for your healing abutments. But anyway, that's not really the point. The point is I printed multiple of them, just like you might be printing dental models. So I've got this all done. And actually, come back here for just a minute. Sorry, Angie. One of the things that's important is that when I had this washing, I made sure that the alcohol level came up as close to the rim as possible. It's important because we want this whole edge getting washed, because it's actually being submerged in the alcohol, or sorry, it's being submerged in the resin when it does a print. So we want to make sure we wash all that off. So I actually will grab a paper towel and just wipe the edges. It's pretty easy. And then right here we have a compressed air in the lab. This step isn't actually that important for what I'm about to do, but what I like about it is that as the alcohol evaporates, I can see that the print bed is clean and that there isn't any remaining resin on there. So again, it doesn't require much effort, just enough for me to see that it's dry. Skip that step if you like, it's just more of an extra security measure for me. So normally now we would pop the prints off and we'd put them in our curing unit. And so I've got two different curing units. One has the turntable inside, and then one has the large bed where I can fit a lot of models. But do you really want to have both? It's one of the questions. So instead of needing both, I started doing this recently. And so let's go ahead and turn this on. It fits right in there. Okay? So now all the prints are going to be cured without having to remove them, without having to stack them all up just right. When they're all done curing, I can pop them off the print bed, and that's the part that people will be skeptical of. Are you going to be curing resin on the print bed? Is that going to cause a problem? And like I said, I've done over half a dozen times by now, and I've not had any issues. So, and I don't think it's, I think the problem would show up much sooner than one print. So, by the time we get to 6 prints, it should be fine. Anyway, one thing to keep in mind, now you'll note, is in here, it didn't fit out of the box. And what I mean by that is there's these little rail systems in here that are, when you buy these little nail curing lights, this little guy is supposed to slide in there, just like so. So I did have to trim those off, about 1.5 inches. Not a big deal, just take a lab hand piece, grind them down, and that's because it's the actual rim that sets on there and keeps it suspended. So anyway, a little bit of a greater efficiency for me, because I can have all 8 or 10 models, aligner models on there, have them printing before I have to find out a way to arrange them, and the light's getting through pretty well. So, all right, that's it. Okay, so I wanted to add one little tip. So afterwards, after I've removed the prints from the print bed, you know, I like to inspect. Like I said, this is a new technique, a new method that I'm using for printing. So I want to check to make sure, did I have any resin to actually cure the print bed? And again, I don't think you have to do this long term, but if I run this, I am not catching or shaving off any shavings of resin. Everything's smooth, it's not sticking anywhere, and everything is dry. So that's my way kind of confirming that indeed it is working fine. The alcohol is clearing off the exposed print bed, and when I pop the prints, I'm left with a normal print bed again. So anyway, this technique's working great for me. I hope it works for you. If not, keep doing what you've been doing.